So it's not quite 7 a.m. yet, and it's raining pretty good. You can probably hear the raindrops hitting my umbrella. There's a lot of lightning and thunder. I might have to walk in this today.
At 7 o'clock, we all ate as a group. And when we went outside, the rain had stopped, and it was gorgeous. Perfect walking weather.
It's absolutely beautiful. There are other pilgrims, as you can see. I'm going to join them.
There was this cloud that kind of just swept in, and it was like a little jet stream. And I ended up walking through it. It was kind of neat. I walked by a lot of horses and sheep and even some cows. This horse was like a vacuum cleaner for the grass. There were also a lot of horses that were wearing bells, and I assume that the owners do that so that they never lose their horses. I don't know, but you can hear them clear across the valley.
So every time I think I've got a good picture, I go about 100 yards, 200 yards ahead, and I find that the view is even better. It's absolutely incredible.
As I was walking, I came across this statue of Virgin Mary. I found another giant slug eating a plant. I'm not sure why this intrigued me so much. I think it's funny. There were more horses with bells along the way, and I had to wonder if those bells annoy them, because it would annoy me. The low cloud cover that hung between the hills never got old to see. It just looked incredible. I especially loved to see all the horses.
Good morning. Hi. What are you doing? Well, at some point I crossed into Spain. I don't know where that was. There was no marker or anything like that. I just noticed that all of a sudden all of the signs are in Spanish.
This is where it started getting difficult. The terrain was rockier, and you can see the steep incline.
I decided to take a break. I'm up on this, like, kind of a summit thing. I'm not really sure. I don't know how far up I go, but I thought this was an awesome view for my ham and cheese sandwich that I got from the guy who runs the albergue I was just at. This is one of those rare times where no one else is on the Camino with me. It's just me. It's kind of funny how the pilgrims, you'll get a wave of them and then nobody for several minutes. This is kind of cool. I've come to my first water bottle refilling fountain. That water's cold.
I got really fortunate because the only snow that you see at the highest part of the Pyrenees is what you're looking at right there. That is the only snow that I saw. I was happy to see that town because that is Roncesvalles. That is the next town as you descend.
As I make my way down the Camino, I realize that I have not used my phone one time for a map. And it struck me that I've really enjoyed that. I've used my basic, powers of observation and wits, common sense, whatever you want to call it, to get by on my route. And I've really enjoyed that. It's very refreshing to disconnect from that. Yes, I use my phone for video and pictures. Here, let me show you up ahead. That's all you need, right there. All right, I just walked out of the forest into a parking lot, and I am in Roncesvalles. I just stopped to get a drink and use the bathroom in Roncesvalles. There's probably more to see here. To be quite honest, I just want to get to my hotel because I have been walking quite a bit. I think that's the path, just based on this sign. I guess we'll find out. We're just going to walk this way.
As I walked down that path, on my left side across the street was this monument, this small monument with the cross on top of it. There were a lot of those types of monuments along the Camino.
Success. Going the right way. Come on, guys. I just realized that this is going to be a very solitary path that I'm going to be taking. I'm not going to see a lot of people because Roncesvalles is traditionally the first town that you stop at when you begin the Camino. I'm continuing on about an hour and a half. And it's in the afternoon, so most everybody, they're back at the town, settling into their albergue or hotel or whatever the case may be. So this is going to be a nice little stroll. I'm not going to lie, this is a good thing to see here. I wasn't sure for a minute. So this is kind of a weird part when you're walking through a town and not a trail. But luckily they still have Camino markers to tell you where to go. That's where I'm staying at Berry Espinal. So I've got 4.3 kilometers to go.
I saw more horses on the way. What really caught my attention were all the dandelions. They were just endless, and they were gorgeous. On my way to the albergue that I was staying at, I walked through this suburb of Roncesvalles, and there were a lot of quaint buildings. The church stood out to me. I'm a sucker for old churches and the architecture. So they've got this box next to the door. The front door was open, but it was closed with an iron gate. You couldn't go in because of the iron gate. If you put a €1 coin inside the box, the church lights up and you can take a picture, I guess, of the church or see the church inside. So it lit up. It was totally dark. After it lit up, I took a few pictures. I thought that was the funniest thing.
So I would not guess that this is the Camino. But it is. And the guidebook is spot on. It even tells you where to turn at the ATM machine at a particular bank. It is spot on. Hi. What's your deal, huh? What's your deal? You got some bushy feet. See you later. I see a town. I'm pretty sure that's where I have to go for my hotel. I hope it is because I'm kind of done walking today. All right, I made it to my hotel. And that is it right there. Let's go check in.
This is my hotel room. It is very sparse, but it's all that I need. Just a bed, a shower, and a sink to wash clothes. And there's the laundry. And there's what the laundry looks like on my balcony. I thought it was neat to hear the church bells, and my hotel is just right next door, pretty much to the church. And then it dawned on me that I'm going to have to listen to that bell every hour on the hour. Nonetheless, I went into the church to check it out. It's pretty unique. I don't really know how to describe it. It's not like an old style church, and I mean, I don't know if I would call it a new style church either. It's kind of its own thing. I really liked it. For dinner, I went to this albergue. Even though I wasn't staying there, they still served me for 14 euros a salad and this, uh, I think it was the same type of pork dish I had the night before. It was pretty good. After dinner, I went back to my hotel and got a stamp. It's called a sello, Cello, sello. I was informed that cello is Scotch tape. So that's it. I am back in my room and I'm ready to crash. I will talk to you tomorrow.